Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another league racing event of Indigo Racing. Week 4 finds us at Circuit de Ricard in France. So apologies for the stream getting kicked off a little bit late. We had some linking issues of the account, but it's all up and running. Say at the moment we've only got 14 drivers in this week. After last week's absence, which we all missed a great race, which apparently Jay in the McLaren ran a wonder show, claiming P1 in all opportunities, qualifying and the race. Unfortunately, weren't able to provide commentary on that, but we are back this week, as I've previously said, in France. I say 4 of the drivers still to set a lap. We've got Yuri and Bennett. Yuri's just crossed the line now to start his first timed lap. Let's see what Yuri can do. And Yuri's managed to just wiggle the back end going into turn 2. He'll have to abort that lap. I wonder if he'll have to pit for a new set of tyres, if he's going to gamble on it or not. He's just going to park it, wait for, I think it's the Williams to go through. Kevin also on a time not looking to improve the 132. Kevin's actually got a purple sector 1 there. Kevin, very respectable driver. I believe he came in a podium place, I believe, in the last stream race that we did here in Indigo. Some great pace. Let's see what Kevin can do through sector 2. A little bit of a wiggle through there, but collects it nice and calm. What's his time going to be like for sector 2? He's 3/10 faster. Looking at breaking into the 131s, but it still will not move him from his P9. Hopefully there's a lot of time that can be gained for Kevin in order to shoot up the grid. We've got yellow flag in sector 2. It'll be one of the Mercedes, allowing the Alfa Romeo through there. Kevin just coming around this, sweeping left-handed, very careful not to clip that curb. And then as well, this one will send you flying in the air. Kevin gets a great exit. Looks like it'll be an improvement on the 132 that he set previously. It is, and it does pip him actually just above Jay, so that pops Jay down into P9. He'll be needing to come out and set another lap. His teammate Horatio in the pit there also. I don't think we've got Mark round on a lap at the minute, looking to improve on a 131.3. What's it going to be for Mark? It's going to be a 131.2. It's just 0.07 of a second slower than his previous time. Keeps him in P5. And there goes Mark round. Again, that change of angle that the tarmac runs just with a little bit too much accelerator will cause any car to spin. We've seen it. Mark's just saying, yeah, round abandoning this lap. Get round as quick as possible. Only 6.5 minutes left. Let's see, here's Check. Check's just started a lap, I believe. He's just done one, possibly. Thomson, the previous divisional champion, not had a great race the past couple of races. Just bear with me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to start pipe by myself. I sort my name. There we go. I'm not talking to anyone. So we're riding on board with Thomson still. Pushing on through sector 3 now. Ooh, just took that corner too much, thought that in invalidation, it just ruined him for the line. Coming through this tight sweeping right-hander. Next obviously will be into the pits for Thomson now. And it is indeed into the pits Rodden, obviously Division 1 should really be having a pit assist on, personal opinion. It should be good enough. Stop at the line at 50 miles an hour. Freeze on an outlap. Ben looking to set his first time. On the DRS. Flap is open. And looks like he's abandoning the lap. That will get him validation. There's Boo behind Ben now. I think Ben just looking to go into the pits as quick as possible. Yuri and Morph, the only two having not set a time. Morph currently is on a timed lap. Very careful not to dip both wheels outside track. It does just come back in on you further down here. Very careful not to take too much on the right side. Oh, and Morph has just clipped too much of the curve on that left-hander. And McLaren does well to avoid him. It's going to be another aborted lap for Morph. Hopefully there's going to be enough time for him to get possibly into the pits. New tyre, go round again. Yuri, same corner that Morph's just binned it. Takes it a lot better off the accelerator. What can Yuri do for his first time lap? Down for the first time this season, I believe. We have the trio of owners in P1, 2 and 3. Check Thomson and Bennett. Check absolutely flying, almost 7/10 faster than anybody else, including the previous year's champion in the Ferrari, Adam Thomson. But what's it going to be? Sam. He wants to hold the line, not on the accelerator too early for this curve. It does send a lot of people wide, but he's done brilliantly not to get an invalidation there. Yuri holding a very nice line. Nice line. Yuri now, and Freeze has actually interrupted the trio. Freeze has managed to stick it in P2 on the front row of the grid. But no one really touching Check there. Check feeling like he needs to come out and do another lap. I wouldn't be so sure. Yeah, we can celebrate together. Yuri now. Oh, next Yuri looks like it's going to be not the fastest lap. What is it for Yuri? It's a 1:31.4, puts it P9, just a tenth above his teammate. And I think that was Mark there. No, it wasn't, it was Kevin, sorry. Kevin puts it in P6, the 1:31.1. Next across the line is T. Callie. I think he's just had a time there. The Ferrari of Mark now freezes retired from the session in the pits. These will be drivers' last attempts now. Mark's had a he's dipped it, he had a horrible line on the curve. That turn 2 is causing the Division 1 drivers no end of problems today. Mark and the McLaren having a bit of an off-roading session. And tonight, Michael, I'm going to be a 45-year-old nonce. Mark off track now. Any drivers setting a lap? Mark and Jay both off track. Yuri's off track. Ben, is that Ben coming around for a time now? Ben has to hold it off that curve. He does it beautifully. One of the issues many of the drivers are having this evening on that turn 2 curb. Jay, very underwhelming P9 for him after his dominating performance in Spa last week. Could have given me a cup of tea with a handle. I just cheers me a glass of tea. Yeah. Honestly, you were here. You were here, were you? Yeah.
What were we playing with? Was it foil balls?
It was, yeah. There was one of the other glass mugs. There was one of the other glass things, yeah, and it just like flicked against it, and the handle came clean off, yeah, clean break. Back to the action. It is Ben who's on a lap, and I believe Ben's getting a bit of a tow. Ah, there's an issue between Ben. Who is this? It's Ben and Jay. Ben and Jay, that is utterly unprofessional there. Oh god, field goal.
Liam, in Southie.
1 minute.
But the ground that Fitzpatrick closed and covered with an open field tackle, really nice job to get off the field by Fitzpatrick in his disguise. Zerline.
Is that play out from last night?
38 yards out. The New York Jets have not led very much this season, but they
I moved this too.
here. These are conditions. We asked Gabe Davis about it. What do you have to do? How do you focus as a wide receiver? So first and foremost, got to squeeze him into M&T Bank Stadium, and I'll show you that play I was speaking about in the Jets-Steelers game in just a moment. They sit there, and he's trying to turn and move.
Waiting for the drivers to select the setups, the tyre pressures. The weather seems to be fairly bright in France this afternoon. Apparently the AI took over from James.
I don't know what happened. It might have been the way. I knew I made a mistake.
Not too sure. There we go, we are back for the formation lap now. So you're not too sure what happened there. Something the stewards might want to look at. Ben won't be too happy. Down in P12, having his lap in, basically slapped out of the park by Jay's McLaren. Himself running in P10. You playing James Robinson?
Yeah, but Josh Allen's already through the kick. Yeah, he's second throw.
Didn't he run for a touchdown though? Oh no, can't have done.
You better give him it now.
I'll see if there are any tyre strategies in play here. The top 7 are all on hards, Mark's on the mediums, and then it's just Bo and Ben on the hard tyres. Out the rest are on medium tyre compound. So it's going to be very interesting. Check now, just splitting away from the group. I want to be slowing the pack down a little bit, otherwise we'll be left on the grid with them cold tyres. Also caps. Check. Well ahead of the group now. Bennett going very, very aggressive towards the outside line. See the view from Thomson there. We're just waiting for Kevin now. Riding board with the championship leader from the previous season. See what start we get from here. Bennett goes very aggressive, but Freeze gets an absolutely brilliant start. Freeze has managed to jump 2 people off the start. Czech's managed to get an absolutely brilliant start away from everyone. People want to be watching out for. There's no spins. Everyone seems to be all in one piece. Lots of cars side by side. It's currently Jay fighting with Boo for P9. And T. Calli's just caused a bit of a collision there. Jay's managed to get through, and so's Mark. Boo's dropped down a further 3 places, and we got a car off, and that's the Ferrari. Bo and Boo are out, and Mark has lost a wing. And it's a full-blown safety car in the first lap. I'm not too sure what happened there. T. Calli had dropped a number of places. So T. Calli and Bo got really bogged down. Kenzie's lost a couple of places off the start as well, which we missed. Bennett's managed to retake a position from Freeze. Freeze with a great start, but Czech again just straight off the money. No issues whatsoever. This is all Czechs to lose already, I feel. Not even a lap gone. Hawkinson got a touchdown though. Apparently so. All drivers. Only the back 3 into the pits. Horatio, T. Calli and Mark. Horatio onto what looks to be, is it the hard compound? It is. Horatio on the hards. Mark should be going onto the hards. T. Calli on the mediums. Gives them all chance to catch up to the back of the pack. I mean, mine's not even updated yet, just so I can take people out stuff. Comment from Gat there, I'm not too sure what the first comment was. Flashed off the screen, thanks for stopping by, Gat. Just waiting for all drivers to catch up to the back of the pack. Should be another lap or 2 under safety car conditions. Kenzie dropping down those 3 places from the front row. It's going to be, his connection is quite horrific. It's going to be an issue for Kevin and Yuri to attempt to pass him with a connection like that. You've got 2 players on minus points. I've got 2 players on minus points. How's Echo on minus points? Oh, but the Chargers are winning. Only 2 rushes, minus 3 yards. Well, I should have played Titans defense, shouldn't I? 6. No. Yeah, 67. 6. And from what it appears, the safety car should be in this lap. Thank you for all the people who are currently joining us. So, apologies for the no stream last week around Spa. Sounded like a pretty boring race. Jay pretty much dominated qualifying and the race from what I gather. Currently though, for the people unaware, the championship leader Kevin is running in P6. Kevin leading the Drivers' Championship with 58 points. Yuri down in obviously 2 in the championship, is 1 place behind him in P7, 41 points, and then it gets quite tight here. Jay, P8, the top 3 in the championship are P6, 7 and 8. I wonder if there's going to be any drama there. Boo in P4, crashed out that instant with Morph and T. Cali, might have involved Bo as well. And then Thomson in P5, previous season's driver champion. And then Czech in P6 in the drivers, also 25 points. This could be a big win for Czech, 25 points would take him into P2, obviously depending on other people's results. And there we've got the announcement that the safety car is in this lap. And we've got the Eagles in 4th and 3, and Jalen Hurts and shit. Jags, why are the Jags so good all of a sudden? Come on, boys. No, that was awful. That's the worst field goal I've ever seen. As Bennett starts to back the pack up. It's a great track, France, to be able to go early. Will he back them all the way up, especially with those last 2 slow corners? Jeff almost dipping the tyre there. Getting an invalidation under the safety car. He's still not gone, I believe, on the exit. Where's the ERS on? He's not. He's waiting. There's some collisions behind. People have expected him to go, but he's not. And here goes Czech. He's got the jump on pretty much everyone. Lots of cars. Thomson's making a move on Freeze. He's side by side with Freeze. The connection of Kaiser Kenzie is all over the shop. Thomson gets that place done into turn 1 though. But Freeze is coming back at him. No room there. And we've got a car around. It's Kevin, the championship leader, is round along with Yuri, it looks like. Yuri lost a place in that. Kevin is round. Is there any damage to the Williams? Doesn't appear to be. Just a spin, it looks like. But we've got Bennett right behind Czech now. The 2 owners going toe to toe. Czech cuts the corner. Must have got a warning for that. How are they looking on the ERS? Czech is laying off his. Bennett is wanting to make the move as fast as possible. Running in the slipstream of the Red Bull. What can Bennett do? Is he going to sell him one down the inside? Looks like he tries. It isn't quite close enough to the Red Bull. We've got Yuri looking to make a move on Horatio as well. In what looks to be a 3-way battle for P8. Yellow flags. It's Kevin round again at the back end of Sector 3. And here comes Yuri, P2, and the drivers looking to make a move in Horatio. One of the new additions from Division 2. Looking for the cutback now at the pit straight most likely. There he is, much better. Look at the exit Yuri's got from there. Says goodbye to Horatio. Doubled his points total. On to Mark now, less than a second. Oh, and Yuri comes under pressure from Horatio and Cali there. Horatio gets a 3-second warning for it, and T. Cali's looking down the inside. But the drivers are that close, it looks like he'll have to make a lunge on both of them. At the same time, T. Cali waiting in the wings now behind Horatio. Great exit speed from Cali there, but unable to use it. And yeah, again, it appears a lot of the drivers have got, and we've got Czech and Bennett, sorry, going neck and neck. Czech down the outside, looks for the cutback. Great racing from these 2 drivers. The 3rd owner, Thomson, is sat behind them licking his lips. Mercedes right on the gearbox now of the Red Bull. How many times have we heard that? Check looking down the inside. Bennett, sorry. Check defends it. Nice. Careful not to clip the curve. Check takes it a little bit wide. There might have been another one in there for Check. It's possibly 2 he's on now. Have to be very careful not to get another one. What's his exit speed going to be like? In the last corner, it's brilliant. Exceeding. And he's a lot slower. Bennett must have a superior setup. He's just a lot faster with the use of DRS now as well. Check's going to come under immense pressure. All the drivers surviving turn 2 from what it looks like. Bennett's still crawling all over the back of the Red Bull. We've got Jay on the back of the Alpine as well, having moved up 4 places from P10. Looking to get on the podium after that dominant race in Spa. And Jay's got DRS wide open, but so's Kenzie on freeze. Is Kenzie going to make a move on freeze? He's not. That's also going to hold Jay back, but they're also bringing the 3 cars now, P4, 5 and 6, into the battle for P1. Bennett and Thomson, less than 0.3 of a second between these cars now. Great friends, great racers. Will there be any drama? Kevin as well riding in P12, won't be happy with that after leading the Drivers' Championship. So they're all very careful on that curve. Checks exit speed, he's on the ERS nice and early, that's why. He's got plenty of it to spare though, 79%. Almost a full tank compared to the drivers behind him. Oh, and I don't really want to ride on board with Kenzie because this connection is dodgy. See Kelly behind Yuri. There's Mark still in a great position riding P8, having stopped. The safety car obviously helping the drivers out that stopped onto the hard tyres, helping them go that extra mile to the end. And we've got Check and Bennett going at each other, and Kenzie and Freeze as well. And Bennett's got the move done and dusted this time around the outside. Had the better corner. And here comes Check. Squeezing Bennett off the track almost. Lets him know he's there. Takes the position back. Is Bennett going to come back with anything up his sleeve? Oh, almost touching wheels there. Say great respect from these drivers. Thomson waiting in the wings yet again. Sat in a corner with a hand towel, but here he comes. No move from Thomson, backs out. Bennett very lucky to get away with a move so deep on the curbs there, and yet again very wide from Bennett. But Thomson's there on the ERS and he slings it up the outside. Okay, Check could do with these two fighting now. Bennett follows Thomson through nicely and appears to have got a better line. But Thomson's going to defend through the next straight. Jets are winning. No one really that close in an overtake position. Bennett's right behind Thomson. I wonder if there's going to be any move, but Thomson doesn't look to be able to keep the pace with Check. So all of them on the hard tyres, Jay on the mediums in P6. Freeze looking to make a move on Kenzie. Kenzie Very dangerous to take a move on the connection. You never know what's coming. Still on 20 laps left. And Trek has got a second gap over Thomson, which means Thomson will not have DRS. He's going to come under immediate pressure, and the fastest lap from Trek there, 1:34.8. He's got his foot to the floor. He wants to disappear. Thomson and Bennett now. Oh, there's a little bit of a wobble from Freezer. It has affected Kaiser, and I think Jay's gone through, and Ben's done a brilliant move past Jay there. Little bit of a slap back for qualifying. Ben up 6 places now in P6, looking to gain some more time on Freeze. Bennett now on Thomson, down the outside, wants the inside line for the next corner. Thomson tucks in and says, you can have that place. No problem, I'll make my move elsewhere. And here he is running in the slipstream of the Mercedes. What is he able to do? Is there going to be any contact? They're so close to each other now. He pulls out to hopefully make a dive down the inside now. They're wheel to wheel. Is he going to be able to complete the move? He's on the curb. They're still side by side. And he's still going to fight around the outside, but I don't think there's any room. A little bit of a wiggle from the Ferrari there. Does wonderful to keep it on track. 2 seconds to lead. Check now. Positive points. Positive points.
That's his first touchdown this season.
Is it? Yeah, Lava's first touchdown this season was against you as well.
Yeah, and then he did now, and then he got like extra 4 or 5 points.
In overtime.
No, not didn't go to overtime.
Really not? Alright. Alright, I haven't tried that.
No, the field goal hit the crossbar, then hit the upright, and it bounced out. It was 61 yards.
I did. I turned it off and went upstairs.
Did you see Willet's kick to 60?
No.
He kicked to 60 out there.
Did he?
That would have gone from like 65, and then he's hit the upright with 61.
Yeah. What?
No notes left.
No, I gave you one. I gave him all 2. T. Kelly riding 2 tenths behind Jay. Jay just seems somewhat off the pace this week. Maybe it's the full traction benefiting some tracks and lacking in others, because the domination that he threw out in Spa just seems to be something lacking here in France. Australia as well, one of those favoured tracks of the McLaren driver, possibly favouring the full traction. Not to take anything away from the driver, of course. Jay's a great driver. And then we've got, is it Bennett and Thomson fighting as well? We've got Mark and T. Kelly as well, changing positions, and it's T. Kelly that's actually round. Losing positions there all the way down. And what's happened there? Oh, there's people in the pits, I think. Yeah, Yuri's gone into the pits. People's positions are chopping and changing. Ben looking at Freeze now. Like a tasty piece of meat. Jay goes very wide. Must be a penalty there. A warning at least. Yuri's 3-second time penalty. Thomson back to retaining P2. Bennett and Freeze, the only ones that are in their grid slots for qualifying. But here comes Bennett. Thomson's going to make him go down the inside of this corner, which is the outside for the next corner. Thomson's going to go very late on the brakes. He wants that line. And what a move from the Ferrari. Completes it through that corner. A Max Verstappen-esque late on the brakes move. Bennett unable to do anything, but he's still trailing him. This is good at providing none of these spin. This will go on for the whole race. So just these 2 sets of 3 cars, P1, 2 and, well, really P2 and 3, and then there's P4, 5 and 6 in a battle as well. Kevin looking at making a move as well. Now back in the points, looking at extending his championship lead. And there's near overtaking down this front straight, but Ben is running very close to the back of Freeze now, looking to drop Jay. Jay just clinging on now. Jay will be hoping that Freeze back to it. Still Jay chasing Ben. Just closing that time gap on him a little bit more now. I believe Freeze is just holding the pair of them up. Thomson and Bennett still haven't changed positions, but Thomson gained a 3-second time penalty. Something that he won't want to be collecting anymore. We've got Jay into the pits. That's why it changes it funny. When you go in the pits, you overtake and you lose positions. That's why it looks funny on the graph. Who's that? You are? Oh, was it? I thought it was 15. What's the flag for? 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Flag on the play. Back in the race, back into P12, just comes into a battle with Yuri. No touchdown for the Eagles. And we've got T. Kelly, he's a DNF. What's happened to T. Kelly there? Sorry, we've just missed out. He's just probably, he's caught it. He's caught the curve and he just lost it, and just the car's just gone straight into the wall. T. Kelly out of this race. There is no safety car. Something Yuri and Jay might have been hoping for. There's Kevin getting a 5-second speeding penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Mark now up into P6. Ben now P7, 5, sorry, gained 7 places. Looking at the wrong number there. Check, like I say, just ever so extending that gap now from the rest of the pack. Still some battles about just over halfway through this race now at Circuit de Ricard. De Paul Ricard. We're looking at the Constructors' Championships. It's going to be a tight one. There's maybe 7 constructors, all fairly close. Williams leading the championship at the moment with 73 points. He's going to take a severe abuse from the teams below as Kevin is out of the points as it remains. And Tex Hugo's teammate is not racing this evening. We've got the Alfa Romeo pairing of Ben and Yuri. It's great so far, but obviously Yuri the points kind of giver for the Alfa this year. In P9, Ben in P5, so kind of switched roles for the race today at France. Mercedes with Bennett and Bouzal. Boo unlucky to DNF, but Bennett riding in a podium place, so that is going to be a good points haul for him. Thomson and Freeze are both in the pits. I wonder if Bennett is going to bite this lap. Is he going to give it his all and try and stop the undercut? What's it going to be for Bennett? All drivers are kind of a couple of seconds apart now. Jay and Yuri are the only ones within DRS range. Just around that 5/6 gap now between the two drivers. Yuri's got some great pace, but is the FTW going to have enough behind the wheel to overtake him? Oh, the DRS is not that much of a gap. Wants to stay behind. The outside line is a lot better. Do you get the inside line for that coming corner? Jay now still riding behind the Alfa Romeo. Kevin looking to gain on them as well. Get some points for the Williams. Looking to get some more points in the constructors.
Put that down there, because I had my back to it for a bit there.
And we've got the top three drivers. Check, Bennett, Ben, all in the pits. And this is going to be a first for Division 1. Mark Bowe leading a race. The 45-year-old man. First time in his career. Behind the wheel of that Ferrari with the hard tyres on. Looking like he could possibly go to the end mark. I wonder if he can stretch those hard tyres all the way to the end. It's going to be close. It's going to be very interesting to see what these pairings can do. The top three on the hards, but they're going to have the top three drivers right behind them, all on mediums. Well, 5 cars behind them. Eckler. Is it Eckler? Is it Eckler? Thomson setting the fastest lap there. Already made the move on Horatio. Sorry for missing that move there. Oh, yeah. And looking at the time gaps now, check. Horatio dropping down the pack now. Hard tyres giving out on him. It appears yellow flags in sector 2. It appears that's Kevin around again. Kenzie will make the move on him. He's got 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Echo's got 2 touchdowns, 6 rushes. I need to check mine for ages. Last time I checked it, I was on 50 points. That's the last time I checked it. It was 50 points for 9 and now it's 57 for 34. 10 laps left in week 4 of Indigo Division 1. And it looks like we're going to have another mix-up of leader, of race winner, if Mark can hold on. He's just been smashed. Mark 7.5 seconds now, looking at that delta, at the time difference. Czech and Thomson, sorry, fighting each other now. A battle for independence between the Scot and the Welsh. One who shag sheets, the other one eats the insides. Bennett clambering all over the back, hoping to get within DRS range of the pair. Freeze also closing up on the back of Horatio. Horatio's hard tyres just aren't doing him any favours. Yeah, I'm probably back. I don't know. I might have to get to take it, I don't know. Freeze and Horatio now. Freeze making a move down the outside of the McLaren. Let me sort it out if I've done this. No, because I don't know. Because I might just have to give you less. And then, because like this is gonna go, it's gonna go out like today. You'll have some day. I'll get some tie over in it regardless. No real drivers. Jay still back in P9 now. Not the race he'd have been hoping for. Mark, the gap's dropped by 2 seconds to check now. Mark will be on. I wonder if there's going to be a bit of teamwork now between Mark and Thomson, whether Mark will try and slow check down, or if Thomson can keep him under wraps. And here goes a dive from Thomson. Check says no thank you, but Thomson with a cutback. Doesn't have the ERS completely moved. Thomson wanting to get this move done and dusted for a Ferrari 1-2. Thomson looking down the inside now on the accelerator. He's going to tap the corner. Oh no, he knew that was going to happen. Thomson and Czech collide. That takes Thomson out of P3, down to 5. Still not got it on track. Down to 6, down to 7. No, 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 no. Shadow now. Ben on fucking Yuri. Sorry, not this Ben, not you. Shadow. Ben. Touching wheels. On the medium compound. Look at the exit he's got on Yuri there. That's got to be the position done for Ben. Up to P5, but Yuri's coming back. Yuri's going to want to hold that inside line, but he'll have to give the corner. He's not close enough. Does he yield? Ben wants to watch out for the curve. He does. Thomson's going to come straight behind the pair now. Round the outside of Yuri. Yuri's going to have to, he's going to get him swallowed, that McLaren. Thomson straight onto the back of Ben now. Ferrari's strategy gone to shit. Just hoping for a 1-2. Now Czech's going to, you've got 7 laps to gain 4 seconds on Mark. Freeze as well, had a great race. He's always been there or thereabouts. Qualified P4. Now finds himself in P4. Bennett the same as well. 7 laps remaining. No one really in a massively overtaken position, bar Thomson looking at the back of Alfa Romeo. Both on the medium compounds. Thomson's are a lap older. I wonder if that's going to have anything to do with it. Ben and Thomson are almost equal, and ERS also as well. Is that his second rushing touchdown? Thomson looking to climb back up the grid now. looking to aid his teammate. 6 laps remaining on the old Peyton Manning bootleg. Thomson seems to have lost a little bit of pace there. And now it's Horatio and Jay. I don't know if that was Horatio letting Jay through there, pulling to the inside and braking. Jay moves up into P8 now. Yeah, we're under immediate pressure from the McLaren driver. I'd have put money on Bills on this game.
Yeah, I would have.
And Jay now looking down the inside. He should, if he manages to pull across the front of him, he should get the move done, and he does. P7 for Jay now. Thomson still behind Ben. Oh, mate. Get in, boys. That's got to be a massive touchdown for Jack, anyway. Oh, and Yuri, no, it's Yuri. Oh, and Yuri. No, it's not Yuri. Sorry, it's Ben. Ben was millimetres away from collecting Thomson. Thomson just manages to avoid, takes brilliant action away. But there's 5 laps remaining, and Mark's now got check in his DRS range. Going very wide, Mark there. 20 lap old hard tyres going to be causing him some issues. Is Czech going to be able to take the lead? With 5 laps to go, the DRS is open. He's going to have the speed on Mark. Mark holding the line. Is Czech going to be able to pull back in? Mark isn't going to fight him, knows he doesn't have the grit to contend with. Bennett right behind him as well, looking to take P2 and put Czech under that continuous pressure. That's his second touchdown as well. And Bennett's made the move on Mark there. Better tyre grip from the Mercedes. Mark, a wonderful race though, regardless. Should be able to hold off the rest of the pack and retain a podium place there. Has the DRS assisted him to keep that gap between him and the Haas. And it's just going to be an all-out battle now for P1. The 2 owners going to be going neck and neck. We'll have to display some respectful racing. What a catch. Bennett 3/10 behind Czech. Czech wiggling all over the track. Czech knows Bennett will be looking to make a move. Not this lap though. Gains on him ever so little. It's going to come down to a last lap overtake between these 2 drivers, I feel like. Horatio unlucky to be the only one missing out on points today. As it stands, sorry. Okay, Mark with that here, 6 seconds actually. That could have an issue. Thomson, Ben and Jay as well. All penalty ridden. Will come into effect when the cars cross the line on the last lap. Okay, Bennett's still right behind Czech now on the DRS, on the ERS. Czech also defending with the use of the ERS as well. Be looking to keep it off this curb on the right hand side. Claimed many drivers' laps in qualifying. Same Ben right behind Thomson now. Thomson's got the move done up into P5 on the Alfa Romeo driver, but Thomson goes very wide there. It's going to give a little bit of time back to the Alfa Romeo, who's less than 3/10 behind him. Ben biding his time, waiting for the DRS. And Ben very hesitant on those mediums. We've got Czech and Bennett obviously swapping places in P1 as well, but Czech's going to have the inside line for that corner. But Bennett's going to force him wide, and they're neck and neck, and it's just going to be a battle of the ERS, and Czech is going to prevail. Almost 30% more than Mercedes. 3 laps to go, and it's neck and neck for P1. This is the same corner that Thomson tried to make a move on Czech, and they collided. Not just 75-yard touchdown, that Damien Pearson. Three-tenths separate 1 and 2. Mark still running a great race, but those 6 seconds as it stand still keep him in P3, I think. It's going to be close, that's for sure. If Mark somehow manages to retain a podium place, he's driver of the day for sure. I thought Eccles was going to get another rookie touchdown. Bennett and Thomson, I say, still literally nothing separating them. Will Bennett have the cojones to get the move done this early on the lap? On the lap counter, he goes down the outside because he wants that inside corner for the next one, but doesn't brave enough. And there's yellow flags, and it's Kevin round. Horatio is coming. Kevin gets it going. We've got Kaiser moving past Yuri as well for P8. A couple of moves in the last 2-3 laps. Drivers are bunching up now. Bennett and Czech 3/10 separate the pair again in P1. It's getting close. 2 1/3 laps left. When will Bennett make the move? He'll be wanting to store his DRS. They've roughly got the same. He doesn't want to be burning it now. I swear, whenever I look at the TV, all I see is number 30 and the ball in his hands. Positive points. And here comes Bennett down the outside of Czech. Not going to be able to keep the wheel to wheel around that corner. Bennett's getting frustrated. Doesn't want to spill over into his racing. He's dropping back a little bit. DRS will help him pull back. No, he wants to go down the outside here, so he has the inside for the next corner, but Czech's going to force him down the inside with the outside for the next corner. And Bennett almost comes off. I'm not too sure what the move he was attempting there was. These DRS zones, it's going to be very, very close to the pair. Mark is now backing up everyone. Freeze has managed to take P3 from him. Must have spun at some point, Mark. Missed that in the action for P1. Here they come round the last 3 corners to round off the second to last lap now. Bennett will be eyeing a move, looking at where he can make it happen. And we've got Thomson round. As Thomson spun it on the poor race from the Ferrari. Truly an Adam Johnson performance tonight. Riding so high, looking like a good points haul for the Ferrari for the constructors, and Thomson just threw it away once with a dive on Czech. And on the last lap, a spin in sector 3. But Bennett now will be looking to go all out on this, and Czech has gone wide 2 consecutive corners. What can Bennett do? Czech's got the superior ERS. He's going to make a lunge down the outside. Doesn't commit. Is the switch back on though? The Mercedes now right behind Czech. Thomson, we've got a retiree, and he's crashed and binned it. Even more horror for Ferrari, but that's going to bring Horatio into the points. Still on board with this battle between Czech and Bennett. Less than a tenth separates them. Coming through the last couple of corners now. Who's it going to be for the winner of the Circuit du Ricard? The Mercedes is right behind the Red Bull. Both ERSs are drained. Drained like Johnny Sims ballsack. Is Bennett going to make a move down the inside? He's going to try and get a better launch off the last corner, and it's going to be Czech's. It looks like it's Czech's victory. Feel Bennett could have pushed him a lot more in the earlier laps, but what a great race there from the pair. Great racing. Czech in P1, Bennett in P2. We got Fries in P3, gaining 1 place off his P4 qualifying place. Lots of penalties now applying. We've got Kenzie in P4, Yuri in P5. That'll help the points haul for Alfa Romeo. Jay jumped up into P6 with Ben in 7. Mark in P8. That is not really justice for himself, given how the race went for him. Mark in P8. We've got Kevin in P9, and then Horatio just about to cross the line to round off the grid as well. P10, and the last point of today's race. What a race we've seen. Horatio with the default driver of the day. What a race we've seen. Lots of action. Thomson retaining. Great positions throughout the race, just to throw it away right at the end there. Weren't too sure what happened at the end, but could have just been frustration with the car not performing as he wanted. And I'm not too sure what's going on. Well, I can't see the grid. And I think what we'll do is we will cut it short there, ladies and gentlemen. Right, there it is. Another round off of the grid there. So Czech and Bennett providing non-stop action throughout the whole race there. Fries in P3 as well. A great podium place for the Haas. Kenzie as well. Another great performance from him. Setting the fastest lap. It's an extra bonus point for himself. Yuri and Jay in P5 and 6. Ben in P7. Mark in P8 as well, dropping down due to the time penalties. Very unfortunate due to that. Kevin in P9, Horatio rounding off the grid in P10, and then the 4 DNFs of Thomson, Callie Muff and Boo. So I don't think we've got anyone joining us this evening. So from myself, thanks for watching. Catch us on Tuesday at 8:30 for round 5 of Indigo racing in the Division 1. Thank you and good night.